I think that she's better than Aiden. Like, this is our list. I think.
Hey, that's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that. How can you put a list like that out and think that that's an acceptable answer? Because it's not. It's called Complex Exposed Every Streamer. I don't know what it's about. It might be to do with the Ron beef. I really don't know, but we'll find out. So let's get it.
Bro, y'all didn't put
Jinxie, I know him so.
He is the biggest gaming streamer in my opinion.
It's like, bro, if you're gonna do a streaming list, whoever's making this, just fire them, bro. They're doing no research on streaming.
I can tell you the one problem I have. What is Jinxie doing?
Just hang on, time out. Yo, listen, no disrespect to anyone on this list, okay? Majority of the people on this list, in fact, I really like. I think they're cool streamers. But if we're talking gaming streamers, best gaming streamers, why is Jinxie at the bottom? What? Respectfully, if we're talking strictly gaming, why Sinner, Max, Emily, Ray, Aiden, Rakai, Neon, Jason, Rage, Adapt, well actually not Adapt, Agent, Academics, all above Jinxie? Why are they all above Jinxie when we're talking strictly gaming? That's insane.
At 20, are they like delayed?
Jinxie at 24, I just think that makes zero sense.
Whoever made this list has a personal vendetta against Jinxie, bro. Because there's no way Jinxie is not tip 3? Top 3. There's no way Jinxie is not top 3 for gaming. I'm actually cooked. I'm cooked.
Jinxie should 1000% be in the top 5.
But you think a casual person would know Jinxie relative to anyone else on here, to be honest?
Complex.
It doesn't matter. What? Let me tell you something. If you're thinking of gaming streamer, you're asking a random person on the street, gaming streamer, chances are they're not going to say DJ Academics. Chances are they're not going to say Max. Chances are they're not going to say Sinner. Like, that still doesn't make a valid point.
Is a name that no matter what medium you're a part of, you probably get tired of hearing. They rank, talk about, interview a bunch of different people, from rappers to actors to most recently content creators and specific streamers. And it seems like more and more as streaming has become popular, Complex has tried their hand at diving into not only interviewing more streamers, but also trying to rank them on their popularity or just them being the best they are. And it seems like every time the list comes out worse and worse. And this year, it has basically every streamer in an uproar over the same exact decision, where Complex is ranking some of these streamers for being the best right now, yet some of them haven't even streamed for years. And obviously the notable question that a lot of people are asking, which is why isn't Jinxie, a very renowned streamer, higher on the list? I don't want to yap too much, so why don't we just start with the clip that set all of this off.
Y'all didn't put
Jinxie, I know him so.
You don't watch him?
No, I mean,
To be honest,
I think Jinxie,
I can't.
over a year ago. 'Cause, like,
I can't agree with that.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I can't agree with that.
Look,
He is the biggest gaming streamer in my opinion.
I don't think gaming streamers are the, like, apex anymore.
I disagree.
Okay, let me make it very clear, right? Non-gaming streams and non-gaming streamers are definitely growing as a demographic, but they are by no means like the apex predator of streaming genres, right? Let's make that very clear, okay? The most popular genre for streams is by a landslide gaming. I mean, just look at Twitch in general. Just go on your front page on Twitch. Look how many of those streamers are playing games. Probably the majority, unless your front page is like curated to streamers you personally would watch. Chances are it's probably going to be people playing games.
I think it's gonna come back.
It could for sure. But like the IRL desktop, you know, like the.
So why'd you put Queso?
Because Queso is one of those ones that I think kind of breaks through.
Speed, number 1.
Okay.
Kai, number 2.
Okay.
Jinxie, number 3.
What makes?
This is a solid ranking for streamers as a whole right now. If we're talking just across the board, biggest streamers, this is not a crazy list in my opinion. If we're talking like today, the biggest streamers right now, that most people will know that watch streams, these three are not crazy to say.
Jinxie number 3.
Jinxie is live for the last, I think it's 500 days in a row right now. 500 days in a row, 10-hour streams a day, 24-hour streams every single day. Hold up, reviving dead video games that people don't even give about, reviving them, having 50 to 100,000 viewers. Now he's starting to host events with other streamers, helping push other people. He's top 3.
In case none of y'all are aware of who Jinxie is, he is a very prominent streamer, as you just saw.
Is there anybody in chat right now who doesn't know who Jinxie is? Just genuinely curious. Does anybody here not know who Jinxie is?
Oh, Ron glazing up right there. Even someone who's been an OG in streaming can realize how prominent Jinxie's presence in streaming has been, to the point of, again, reviving dead games and even getting other streamers and content creators wanting to play them just because he's hopping on it. From Rocket League to Clash Royale to even his own game he mainly popped off on, being Rainbow Six Siege. And if we're being honest, he's most likely...
Let's be real, chat. Let's be real. Jinxie, in my opinion, this might be a crazy take. I don't think it's a crazy take, but I'm gonna stand by it. Jinxie single-handedly revived Rainbow. Like, that's not a crazy statement, in my opinion.
likely your streamer's favorite streamer. That's how well known and prominent he is in the space. So when people saw Complex's list, that was one of the biggest names that stuck out because he was at the very bottom. Out of 23 streamers, he was under all of them. Complex ranks their 25 best.
Okay, lock in, guys. I want everyone's opinion on this. This is strictly the 25 best streamers right now as of Wednesday, the 20th of May, 2026. Supposedly, this is the ranking. And Jinxie is 24. I feel like Speed is a valid number one. Kai... I can understand why they've put Kai second, but Kai hasn't streamed in how many months, as far as I'm aware, so I don't know about that. Ron, okay, I'll allow it, I guess. Sinner, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I don't really watch Sinner enough to know. Max will allow it, I guess. Phantom will allow it, I guess. Emily... No disrespect to Emily, I feel like there are certain people that could probably be higher, but sure, we'll allow it, I guess. Ray. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, okay? I'm really not trying to like put other people down or whatever, because everybody streams and they have different ways of streaming. But I just feel like even like these streamers aren't necessarily bad picks. But the order for sure needs to be rearranged, I feel like. Like, the order is messed all the way up. Like, you're telling me you're putting Neon over Queso. I don't know.
As streamers right now. IShowSpeed, Kai Cenat, Stable Ronaldo, Cinna, Blackboy Max, Finn.
This is just a friends list? I mean, probably. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it very well could be somebody who knows some of these people or who personally enjoys watching some of these people. I really don't know.
Extra.
But I also think part of the issue, let's be real, okay? I want everyone to be real right now. Nobody, and I mean nobody in this chat, nobody on Twitch is watching all 25 of these streamers consistently. No way, it's not possible. There's no way you can sit there and watch 5 hours of a Speed stream and then watch 6 hours of a Max stream and then watch 3 hours of a Jason stream and all these other streamers consistently day in, day out. It's not possible. Meaning, whoever made this list is probably relying off clips. And even then, it's just a matter of your algorithm and how well people's clips do. Let's be real. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Emily, Rasian Asian Boy, Aiden Ross, Rakai, Neon, Jason the Ween, Queso, Your Rage, Adapt, Agent 000, DJ Academics, Pokimane, XQC, DDG, Yana J, Hasanabi, Tyler.
I don't even watch 1 minute. That's what I'm saying. Majority of people are not watching a handful of these streamers, let alone 25.
Lil, Jinxie, and Valkyrae.
Look, I'm not trying to Jinxie, but
100,000 subs every month.
I'm not trying to Jinxie, but do you feel like, because again, this is the streaming aspect of it, Jinxie has down packed. Do you think he's transcended beyond it? Kai has,
Yes,
Speed
yes.
has,
He
Max
has 10 million
XQC
followers
has.
on Twitch. Kai has 10 million follower difference on Twitch. You know how hard it is to have followers on
But you think a casual person would know Jinxie relative to anyone else on here, to be honest?
I mean, I think Aiden, when you hear Aiden again, it's like the old thing. It's like, I think
But surely you can apply that logic to some of the other people on that list. Like, let's say like Tylil, for example. No offense to Tylil. This is not a dig at Tylil. But I feel like there's a higher chance that people know who Jinxie is over Tylil. It's not really a valid argument, because at the end of the day, there's a whole bunch of reasons as to why that could be the case.
people probably know Aiden more, but like, I think Jinxie, I'm a rider. I think he's 3.
I just think a lot of these people are household names, and Jinxie maybe in like a streamer.
You
household.
think I'm a bigger household name than Jinxie?
Complex thinks that.
It's funnier hearing him trying to explain why Jinxie is so far down and Ron rebuttaling him every single time. Even though he made a joke saying that he is just a glazer of Jinxie, if your genuine reason as to why Jinxie is at the bottom is because he's not a household name, he hasn't transcended streaming, and you feel like Stable Ronaldo has, and the person sitting right in front of you is telling you that's not the case at all, it's kind of hilarious, because I promise you a lot of people who are just on the internet casually definitely know or have seen.
I feel like most people have probably seen a few Jinxie clips anyway. Even if they don't know who Jinxie is, chances are you've probably seen a couple. Or you've seen memes or GIFs of Jinxie or whatever, because he's just very popular like that. Genuinely. Jinxie was rivaling Speed's viewers on YouTube. I mean, I'm sure he was. But it's, I don't know. I feel like Complex is probably biased because they lean into a certain brand or a certain lifestyle image. Maybe that's why. I really don't know.
Many clips of Jinxie. Even the people that they have higher than Jinxie have competed in his tournaments and have gained him a lot of notoriety from their own.
Why isn't Marlon on this list? I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people you could put on this list that weren't mentioned, but
Fan base. He is well known throughout many different streamers because not only does he do collabs, does he host tournaments, but he hops from game to game and doesn't really stay stagnant. The only thing that it can give Jinxie is,
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like one thing that I really have to applaud Jinxie for, that only like a very, very small demographic of streamers could do, right, is to revive an old game. Do you know how many games Jinxie has single-handedly revived or like brought viewers, or not viewers, but people back into to play? Like, and revive the game? It's insane. Like, not everybody can do that. Not every streamer can do that. Sure, you might have someone like, I don't know, like Queso or somebody who, like, people see Queso playing a game, they're like, damn, I want to play with Queso, so they hop on the game that night or whatever, but a week later, 2 weeks later, the game's dead again. It's not the case. Jinxie is able to genuinely revive games and have people playing those games again, and that's not something a lot of streamers can do.
the fact that he doesn't go IRL, but honestly, it's not like that's even holding him back at any point in time.
To me, like, it seems like they have a certain feed that they base their stuff off of, but like, I don't know, because like Jinxie at 24, I just think that makes zero sense. Jinxie should 1000% be in the top 5. I don't think I deserve anywhere in the top 5. I don't even know if I would be in the top 10. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I think I grind as a streamer, and I think that like I am a good streamer. Like, I don't think that makes me a bad streamer because I'm not in the top 10. I don't think that makes me a bad streamer if I wasn't in the top 25, because there's millions of streamers on the platform.
Yo, wait, hold on. No disrespect.
Does Cinna play games? I mean, I think so. I've not really seen her playing games. I see more of her like IRL stuff or when she collabs with other people. I don't really see her gaming stuff too much, but I don't know.
Anybody on this list, but goddamn, Jinxie that low, I would have put Jinxie over me. Shit. Y'all know this nigga streaming hours, nigga? I respect that grind, bro. And I think grind earns you spots for sure, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, obviously, I'm going to always be biased to myself. Oh, God, nigga. Shit. look at the shit we've done. But like in terms of this year, this shit says right now. Right now? I don't know. Jinxie 24, wild as fuck.
I can tell you the one problem I have. Even though I probably got multiple problems, but like, what is Jinxie doing at 20? Are they like delayed or some shit? Like when it like, why is Jinxie 24?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Cinna was low-key cooking when she said that whoever made this list probably has like a certain feed or a certain algorithm where they see clips consistently of like these streamers more as opposed to these streamers. But I don't know, I still think it's a bit crazy. This might be a little bit glazed for you, but I'd rather watch you than like 70%. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. But, I don't know. Still, as somebody who doesn't have enough hours in the day to even watch streams, even I know that Jinxie should be higher on this list. Genuinely.
What is happening? Like, when did they start making this list? Is this like year 2023, 4? Like, what year? What year? I don't think this 2026, my boy. I don't know what year this would have been. I don't know which year. They got Jinxie at 24. My dog hasn't even streamed in 2026. You dig what I'm saying?
Listen, I love Kai, okay? Kai is a great streamer. He's a goated. He is gonna be in the Hall of Fame of streaming for sure, okay? But how... Bro hasn't gone live once this year, okay? I have streamed more than Kai Cenat this year. Me! I've streamed more than Kai this year, and he's number 2. That doesn't make sense. If we're talking right now, this doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't.
Shit. A-Complex, you're him. Alright. This is why I don't indulge in this stupid shit, bro.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I mean, 24th for Jinxie. I swear Jinxie in the streaming world. This might sound crazy. Right now, he's number 2.
He's number 1.
100%. Speed, Jinxie, Queso.
This guy Jinxie
Ron.
has 50,000 viewers watching NBA highlights right now. Like, this guy does random shit
Does
every
anything
day.
and just fucking shit on everybody.
Well, the reactions you just saw to the list of people talking about Jinxie should have been higher could go on for way longer. And a lot of people might sit here and see it as glazed. Complex definitely would because they just put him so low. It's notable when you're inside of the community or just on the internet in general, you can see the impact that Jinxie actually has. It's not even like it was just Jinxie. Obviously, that's the big one that a lot of people have been pointing out, but there are other people on this list where Complex, even in the interview with Steve Ronaldo, can't fathom a real reason as to why they have certain people lower or higher than others. They just don't have staff that actually understands the streaming space, understand how clips work, and understand what notoriety and impact people genuinely have when we're talking about what's currently going on in streaming.
She makes great content, so
But do you think that she's...
what do you think?
Well,
Let me hear your opinion.
I think that she's better than Aiden. Like, this is our list. I think...
Look, I need to emphasize this right now. I love Emily. I think she's a really fun, energetic streamer. I don't think she's above Aiden. I feel like it's low-key glaze to put Emily over Aiden. I'm sorry.
that she's better than Aiden because of like what I said with Ray. I think she's on the rise. I think she has like accolades to prove it. As we continue to do these lists, if she maintains momentum, she has an opportunity to climb, and she's more consistent at a higher clip than Aiden. A lot of his moments are also just attached to other people or things. Like, it's been a minute since we've seen a Dolo Aiden Ross moment. It's like him with Tekashi or him with Ak or him.
I just feel like,
you know.
Now, if you've been on this channel for long enough, you know I am not the biggest fan of Aiden Ross as a person. But if you're talking about Aiden Ross, the streamer, the events that he hosts, even going way back in the day, looking at how much impact he definitely had on the space when it comes to collabs, when it comes to planning out streams, when it comes to the segments that he had, it's undeniable the impact that he has on basically every current day streamer. But that's what I'm saying right now. And Aiden Ross has been hosting a brand risk event basically every other month, where not only are a bunch of people tuning into it, but a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of content creators are begging and pleading.
Might I remind you guys, right? Aiden literally backed an entire different streaming platform and said, yo guys, I'm gonna be on this platform. And basically, let's be real, let's be honest, gave them a head start as to kickstarting Kick, no pun intended. I just feel like the comparison is kind of insane, and I'm no disrespect to Emily, but I'm just being honest.
to get on it because of how hot he is right now, and the events he's hosting has so much viewership and so much momentum behind it. So for them to feel like Extra Emily, who is a pretty cool streamer, she does IRLs and everything like that, if you haven't heard of her, to be above Adin Ross just doesn't make any sense to anyone else, especially when you're using the excuse of him not doing any solo streams, along with apparently his clips not going out like everybody else's.
People don't like that I bring up Adin because they're like, listen, I thought that you disagree with stuff that he does. Yeah, sure. Maybe me and him disagree on stuff, but I'm not going to ever make the argument that he didn't have a big wave and a big audience on Twitch.
I agree with this. Like, I don't like Adin as a person. I feel like he's done some controversial things. I think he's had his moments. Like, let's just put it like that. He's had his moments. But if we're talking his ability to have streaming as a career path and to be a streamer, like, you gotta be honest and just acknowledge it for what it is.
Because it's just not true. He did. You know what I mean? And like the idea that like people will take away from streamers because they're like, well, I don't watch this streamer, so this streamer isn't actually that big of a streamer, is just objectively not true. They're just not your...
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I hate when people do that. Like, why are we saying that somebody is a worse streamer or a better streamer depending on whether you watch them or not? Like, what is this? Why do so many people have main character syndrome now? Like, genuinely. Hey, that's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Adin Ross moment. It's like him with Takashi or him with Ak or him.
Now do this with Kai instead and apply the same rule and apply the same methodology to what you're saying to Kai. Whoa, relax, man. Yo, what is he saying? Chill out. Don't burn your bridges. Well, I mean, dude, it doesn't make him a bad streamer. It doesn't make him worse. It doesn't make him less skilled.
It's Sneeko body.
But if your main argument is only that, oh, collabs equals bad streamer, then Kai will be the worst streamer. But he's not. So don't do that.
Now, normally I'm an XQC hater and do not agree with a lot of stuff that he says, but that also is true.
Yeah, that's a valid point from XQC. Like, let's be real. You cannot say someone is a good streamer or a bad streamer because of collabs. Because if you look at Kai doing collabs and you look at, I don't know, somebody else doing collabs, and you say this person's good and this person's bad, well, they're both doing collabs. Majority of streamers are collabing in 2026. Let's be real. That's the way to grow. That's the way to share communities and come up with creative things to stream about. So saying that streaming and collabing isn't valid is just a strange take and doesn't make any logical sense at all.
One of your complaints being, hey, the reason why Adin Ross isn't as big is because he hasn't done any solo stuff, when Adin Ross actually does do solo content here and there, but mainly he's focused his attention on hosting big events. That would be pretty odd to say when Kai Cenat, especially his entire Mafia-thon, the thing that he was doing right before he ended up disappearing for streaming for like a year and a half now, was mainly doing collabs and bringing a bunch of people on his stream. At no point in time is bringing people on your stream going to diminish who you are as a person and you are as a content creator. Being able to vibe with different people from different niches and expose them to your audience in ways that they'll actually enjoy is a craft all in its own. Even Senna, someone who was getting crazy slander online for even communicating with Adin Ross at one point and was getting a ton of hate for the stuff that she said about him, is saying that he definitely has a big impact on streaming, and having him this low under Extra Emily just makes no real sense. Complex as a whole has just diminished what streaming is because they actually don't understand.
I'm sorry, I feel like Complex's validity, like, not just on this ranking, I've seen a couple other of their rankings, but yeah, their ranking for a lot of stuff stream related has just kind of gone downhill since I've, you know, been tapped in, I suppose. Tapped in, not really, like the past year or two, because it doesn't make any sense. How can you put a list like that out and think that that's an acceptable answer? Because it's not.
What makes a streamer popular in the niche, like, at all, and the people that are actually figuring these things out genuinely need to be fired. And it's not like I'm the only one that feels this way, because Jinxie even ended up saying it while he was in the middle of watching the interview with Stable Ronaldo and someone from Complex.
W. Rondale Dingo. I didn't even know he did this, bro. W. Ron, bro. Wow. Okay, yo, W. Ron, bro. Look, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, that's the thing, bro. Everybody has their own opinions of anything, but like, if you're gonna do a streaming list, bro, you have to do like some research in streaming, bro. Like, you can't just, bro, because I'm not gonna lie, People forget Complex did this shit last year. That's why I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like last year, their list was just as whack, if not more, than this year. So I don't know why people are still looking to Complex's listings like they're got any sort of validity, because they just don't.
But bro, Complex did this shit last year. They had like some, I don't even remember, but they had some obscene list where I think Queso like wasn't even on it or something, or he was like, it's like, bro, if you're gonna do a streaming list, whoever's making this, just fire them, bro. They're doing no research on streaming.
That's a big problem when it comes to complex lists in general, but specifically when it comes to streaming, because it seems like the people that are actually supposed to be tapped into the space really aren't, are just focusing on their narrow path of streamers they either like or their created algorithm, instead of just trying to search out and look at what other people are doing. Just because you don't see someone on your feed on a consistent basis doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't see them. Again, like with the Jinxie stuff, every single streamer is willing to collab and do a bunch of things with them because of the funny atmosphere that he brings, along with the fact that he is one of the biggest gaming streamers out here and is doing tournaments unlike anybody else. Yet if you just don't have him on your feed, then you'll probably never know or hear about the stuff that he does, which is still pretty crazy for me to believe because they still have him on the list in general. But I could understand how they just aren't as tapped in with him, and it seems like they're not even focused on.
Okay, I think that is pretty much the end of the video. So yeah, I don't understand this list. I don't understand why anybody would look at that list and think that that is valid or makes sense or is logical, because it's just not. Yeah, I think that's it.